So, as you know, Donald Trump and his administration will take office in January 2025. And so, in preparation for that, they're on the move and hiring people. We've been getting reports what's going on in these interviews. And unfortunately, we have a disturbing new report about them trying to hire bank regulators. I want you to check this out. This is the headline: Trump advisors seek to shrink or eliminate bank regulators. Okay, so that's not necessarily new, but this is. Advisors asked potential nominees whether Trump could abolish the FDIC. When I saw this, I'm just like, are these people crazy? And then I remember, yes, they are. I guess this was all part of that Project 2025 stuff, the stuff that Trump said, oh, I have nothing to do with that. And now they're basically integrating much of these policies. I want to go through the details of this stuff. I'll read through it and I want to get your thoughts and I'll share mine. If you remember, just a couple days ago, we got a report that Trump was doing loyalty tests, trying to hire people that are, loyal to Trump, believe in all the conspiracy theories, these kind of things. And now basically they're asking people, hey, do you want to get rid of the FDIC? And if you don't know, that's basically insurance to protect your deposits in banks. And what this all relates to is destroying trust in the American system, be it our elections, be it our banks, be it our news media, be it our education system, healthcare, anything. Like literally, we're figuring out, okay, what new way can we destroy America today? So today, I guess the Trump people are taking aim at the banks. Let me read through this stuff and we'll go right through here. So it says the Trump transition team has started to explore pathways to dramatically shrink, consolidate, or even eliminate the top bank watchdogs in Washington. So that stuff's not surprising to me, right? So I kind of knew this was going on. They're going to deregulate the banks. I get that. And I think we're going to try to go back to pre 2008, banking stuff where, hey, it's a free for all. And I mean, you guys know how that turned out. It wasn't pretty. And for those of you who are old enough, you would definitely remember it wasn't pretty. For the young kids, you're just like, what are you talking about? These government just getting in my way. I want my crypto to, be everything. And I want to put my social security in crypto and I want to put everything in crypto. And it's like, there's a reason why we have fail safes in place, be it the FDIC. This also says here, recent interviews with potential nominees to lead bank regulatory agencies, Trump advisors and officials from his newfound Department of Government Efficiency, so that's the Musk Vivek thing, have, for example, asked whether the president-elect could abolish the Federal Deposit Insurance Corp. People familiar with the matter said. So that's part of what they're asking. They're really talking about this. Like I didn't even know this was on the table. This is kind of one of those things that you just don't even talk about. Like and if you don't know, this was established in 1933. Basically, during the year of the Great Depression, where people were having bank runs, people lost, faith in the system. I think it was like a third of the banks went bust. And I mean, you just don't touch this type of thing. This is what they say here. It says advisors have asked nominees under consideration for the FDIC as well as the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency if deposit insurance could be absorbed into the Treasury Department. Some people said so. They kind of want to move it to a different department. There's a reason why you want to keep things, separate. You just also want to have staff that specialize in this stuff and also want to be well staffed. So they're going to figure out ways to try to basically overwork the people who are in government now. And it's just, don't touch this stuff. I don't explain to you. Please don't touch it. Okay, here's what they say. And all I can do is laugh. I know, guys, sometimes we talk about serious stuff. You want me to cry all the time. I can't cry every day. But I just tell you what's going on. Any proposal to eliminate the FDIC or any agency would require congressional action. So I think they're going to have control there too. So this probably that first 2 years that Trump's in office, they're going to try to make a lot of major changes to our financial system, I would imagine. While past presidents have reorganized and rebranded departments, Washington has never shut down a major cabinet level agency and rarely closed other agencies like FDIC that are not. But remember, Musk and Vivek and the Trump team, they're really going for major changes here. That's what they're saying. Bank executives are optimistic President-elect Donald Trump will ease a host of regulations on capital cushions and consumer protections, as well as scrutiny of consolidation in the industry. But FDIC deposit insurance is considered near sacred. It better be. You never know this. You just never know with these people. Any move that threatened to undermine even perception of deposit insurance could quickly ripple through the banks, and in a crisis might compound customer fears. So I just read the first part too. If you want to read the rest, you guys can. But I'll just say some general thoughts of what's going on here. The article also mentioned that Trump could make an executive order to make it easier to fire federal employees. So that'd be easier to dismiss people, because I've seen people write in comments and say, oh, I work in the government and we're not so worried because we've had presidents come and go. I don't know. This time feels different, guys. The first time Trump was in office, he would just say a bunch of crazy crap, and I remember, because like, is this guy insane? And I'll give you an example. They overturned the Roe v. Wade thing, which I thought would never change, but I can certainly be wrong on things, and they changed that. And this kind of stuff, and that time he got people to distrust all kinds of institutions in USA. And if you start messing with bank insurance, I mean, that basically really attacks our financial system, which is the trust in America. When you put it all together, though, this is my overall feeling. We know Trump and their buddies want to push crypto, right? And essentially, they all got in early. And so if you get in early, it's basically a Ponzi. You want other people to come in and bring more money to your Ponzi. So you're figuring out ways to enrich your buddies. And so if you weaken the traditional banking system and say, oh, they're all no good, and we don't need to put any resources to them and stuff like that, then they start pushing you and advertising how crypto is an easy way to get rich, and Social Security is underperforming and it's gonna be insolvent soon, so we need to have like new ways to transfer Social Security. Like, it's gonna be this kind of nonsense. I mean, just think about this, messing with your FDIC insurance. The other thing I was thinking about too is and I promise this will probably happen. The argument they'll make as well is maybe, okay, so we have less staff in the FDIC, so we're gonna have to eliminate a lot of the smaller banks, right? We can't insure them anymore. It's just not really safe for us, etc. And then I think we're gonna see a consolidation of bigger banks. That's kind of what I see. That just it kind of makes sense to the direction that we're going, to where just for example, the Walmartization of America, where Walmarts appear in every street corner, and you see less and less mom and pops, and I think you'll see that in banking industries, where just have consolidation to just a few big banks, and then in that world, and remember, they're gonna be getting rid of Lena Khan. In that world, that kind of banking system, they can charge you whatever fees they want. You don't have that many choices of where to bank, and then suddenly these exciting new crypto firms might become more exciting. I just, this whole thing, and like I said, the FDIC stuff is nuts. They're even bringing this up, but this whole thing is really just to weaken America and enrich his buddies. I don't know else to way to put it. And I'm sorry to have to report this guy's stuff to you all the time, but I just want you to know what's going on. I didn't see any mention of messing with the SIPC, so that's the insurance for the brokerages. I didn't see any mention in that. It just is talking about banking and FDIC. Yeah, it also says here, because Project 2025 is really, really big, but it says Project 2025, a policy document drawn up by the Heritage Foundation and former Trump officials, calls for the merging of the FDIC, OCC, and non-monetary policy parts of the Fed with the National Credit Union Administration. So I guess this stuff has already been planned. And they can mess with credit scores and how they do that stuff. There's all sorts of crazy stuff in here. Yeah, and then it also talks about that they may rewrite stuff to incorporate more artificial intelligence things or whatever. It says with technology, artificial intelligence, you need a different set of regulators. Blah blah blah. I think not only do they want to weaken the banking system, fire a bunch of people. I think Elon Musk wants to profit by trying to sell his XAI to government, get all those sweet government contracts, and try to run the government through AI and enrich themselves. But there just comes a point when I don't know if see, here's the problem, and it's just it's a hassle. I think much of the Trump fan base, they're not really going to notice these kind of changes right away, because this kind of stuff may seem invisible, right? Because like, you still going to go to your bank, you're still going to deposit your money or whatever, and maybe you don't have enough money to worry about the insurances, for example. But this kind of things will bleed into your regular life, to where like, oh, why did my local bank shut down? Why do I only have two choices anymore? But they won't really put like two and two together, or they'll be like, oh man, I gotta pay that stupid fees at the bank again or whatever. And because essentially when you have a monopoly, then they can just charge you whatever they want. And again, they won't really put two and two together. It'll be because it'll be, even though we know this stuff is happening, it'll be kind of invisible to them. But there's a lot of stuff like that, to where their life will get worse. Say, for example, with tariffs. If you don't understand how a tariff works, you're like, wow, why does everything cost more at Walmart? Oh, yeah, this sucks. I blame Biden, whatever. And that's the problem that we face. And so when I talk to you guys all the time and try to just inform you every day, my goal is just to educate you and make sure that you know what's going on, so we're aware. So that's the news today. Trump and the people are now messing around with the FDIC. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next video.